Someone Should Have Told Me by DiLorenzo. Characters. It is June in New York City. Vera, a 17-year-old high school junior. Ross, Vera's father, 41 years old. Valentina is an 18-year-old high school junior. Scene 1. Top of show. The dimly lit stage. Tina is going through some things in the living room in a small apartment. There's a bookshelf filled with old books, photographs, a laptop, some jewelry belonging to Vera, and other trinkets. Tina picks up a book and inspects it before putting it down, followed by a photograph, framed, followed by a necklace. She is upset. You can tell that she has gotten little sleep. Tina, a voiceover.
Things I wish someone would have told me. The one who you look at and seem to think nothing of. The one who seems to float, immune to it all. She shuts herself behind closed doors so that you'll never see the real girl. The girl with the hair that falls in all the wrong places and a mouth that says all the wrong things. She's worth fighting for. Because her true form is as rare as a heart untouched. It shines as brightly as a million suns. Few will ever get to meet her. And those who have will always see her face. In their dreams and in their nightmares.
The lights rise fully. Ross enters. He looks even worse than Tina. He is not expecting to see her. When she notices that he saw her, she abruptly puts the necklace down.
Valentina? I didn't know you were coming.
It's just Tina now, actually.
Tina? Okay, sure.
I didn't know you were going to be home. Vera mentioned that you had the night shift for most of this month.
Well, I'm home now.
I can see myself out, Mr. Mitchell.
Don't be ridiculous, Tina. Stay as long as you need. And call me Ross.
Thank you.
Are you hungry?
Actually,
Of course you aren't. That was a stupid question.
Ross puts his things down and sits at the table, grabbing his laptop and opening it, beginning to work. After a beat, Tina sits with him and takes a candy from a dish on the table.
So, what's with the name change?
what?
Valentina to Tina?
Well, I didn't change it really. It's just shorter.
Of course. But why?
It's actually what a lot of people have been calling me for years, so...
Sure.
What? Do you not approve?
I was just wondering. I always wonder what draws people to make decisions.
What about you then?
What?
Why go from Mr. Mitchell to Ross?
Oh, well, you're here so much, and you're Vera's best friend, whether I like it or not.
What's that supposed to mean?
A sudden knock at the door. They both look immediately to face it, then at each other. Ross opens it, revealing Vera, 17, well-dressed and wearing long sleeves. The two hug.
There she is. Speak of the devil. Well, I have a bit of work to do. You girls go upstairs. Make sure you're back in a little bit for some dinner.
Got it, Dad.
Scene 2. Vera and Tina enter Vera's bedroom. The room is littered with snacks, and the TV is on.
Damn.
What?
What happened to this new year? I'm gonna make sure all my room is neat and clean and pretty.
I had to cram for finals, and you know how I get.
She jumps on the bed, finding a full bag of Cheetos and inspecting it.
Ooh, this one's full.
After a few bites,
Why'd you have to cram anyway? Don't you usually study a week before or something?
I know. My dad said he really wanted to take me upstate to spend time with me, and he got so excited I couldn't say no to him.
Well, you probably should have.
Valentina.
Seriously, Vera. Didn't he know about finals anyway?
No,
Why not?
I didn't tell him.
Damn.
What?
I never thought you'd lie to your dad. You guys are like...
Best friends. Yep.
Did you think he'd get mad or something?
No, not really. He's not one to get angry or anything. He'd just get real upset about not being able to go through with his plans.
So?
So what?
So why do you care so much? You tell him you can't go, no consequences.
Of course there's consequences. You can't hurt him. You know that.
Sure, but I don't get why.
He's never been the same after my mom left.
I know, but that was...
2 years ago. Exactly last Saturday.
And that's probably why he...
Wanted to take me out. Yep. You have to understand now, right?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Good.
Well, how was it?
What?
The trip?
Well, it's fine, I guess. Pretty fun.
Good.
It was fun. We did fun things. There's this unspoken pressure. He wants everything to be so perfect. I can't let him down. I don't know, feels like he has to make up for mom not being here. I don't know if it's for him or for me, or sometimes. I'm sorry. It'll be fine though, soon.
Do you want me to change the subject?
Please.
Okay. So you know how I was complaining about putting me in the dumb kid English class?
Yes, those were the words you used.
I mean, I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure everyone in there has been left back at least once, myself included. Third grade was a bitch. Fractions?
Your point?
Right. So I'm like the smartest kid in the class, which is a weird feeling to begin with.
Okay.
And now they're teaching stuff that I actually like. We've been writing poetry for a whole month, and I'm starting to think I'm pretty good.
That sounds great.
How have your classes been?
Fine, I guess. Uneventful.
How do you think you did on that Spanish prueba?
I don't really care.
I see.
What?
It's like a new you.
It's not that much of a change.
Bullshit.
Come on, my dad.
Bullshit. Dude, I'm sorry, but this is like a total 180 and you know it.
I'm still Vera. I just care a little less.
Not when it comes to your dad.
Fine. That's true.
He's not your responsibility, you know.
I know that. I just...
Do you? Look, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze or anything. I just...
No, I get it. You're a good friend.
I know.
Seriously?
You're pretty okay, too.
I appreciate that.
You know what I appreciate?
What?
That this new Vera might go to a party with me.
Don't push it.
I've been begging you for months. You know that short guy on the baseball team with the really annoying girlfriend?
Brendan?
Yeah. He's having this big end of the year thing this weekend. Promise me you'll be there.
I promise you I'll
Yes.
think about it. I promise you I'll think about it.
Come on. He lives deep in Queens, so he has this really nice pool.
That changes everything.
You've worked yourself to the bone last year with your dad breathing down your neck. One party doesn't ruin your perfect GPA, I promise.
You know how he'd get if he knew I was partying.
He doesn't need to know.
So now I have to lie too?
It's his own fault. He shouldn't be so on top of you like this. It's not fair.
It's fine.
No, it's not. You deserve better.
Do I?
Of course. You should hook up with someone.
What? No, that is the last thing I need.
Okay. There's that one guy who sits next to you in Spanish, right? He's cute. What's his name? Come on, Carson.
Corey.
Corey, yeah.
I am not hooking up with Corey.
Is he not your type? I mean, I guess he could be like a little.
What? Don't make fun of Corey.
So you like him?
Valentina.
Okay. That girl with the nose ring who has study hall with us.
Wow, you are bad with names.
You're just now realizing this?
Like, notably awful.
Is it Jess? Jenna.
Gina.
Yeah, Gina's cute. Hook up with her.
Even sure she likes girls.
Hello. Nose ring.
You're an idiot.
So you didn't say you don't think Gina's cute?
Sure, fine. Gina, she's hot.
Then why not? It'll be fun.
I already agreed to think about going to that stupid party. Can't you just be happy with that?
Fine. It's a milestone, and I'm very proud of you. Blah, 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 blah. Bad Influence of the Year award goes to yours truly.
Do you remember the old us?
God, the 2 V's.
Yeah.
We thought we were so cool.
V.
And V. The
The
best.
best it will ever be.
What were we even thinking? 3-syllable letter?
Dinner's ready.
Oh, come on. Can't you just say you didn't notice? I'm not even hungry anymore.
He texted me 9 times and I have read receipts on.
Damn.
At least he's trying to back off.
You call that backing off?
We're lucky he didn't come up here with us.
You're right.
Screw it. I'll be there. I'll be at the party.
Nice! We can meet at my place and I can put eyeliner on you. Yeah. And you're gonna look so hot when you hook up with Gina. Or Corey. Or both. You have a few hours.
Tina exits before Vera, who laughs and watches her go. Vera then glances under her bed before exiting. Scene 3. When the two arrive downstairs, they stand in silence for a moment as Ross enters with a very hot pan containing dinner. He puts it down, and they sit.
Tofu stir fry.
I'm sorry, what?
Tofu stir fry. It's my newest creation. Well, I can't take all the credit. I found the recipe online, but I did add my own little things into it.
So there's no protein? Beef, chicken, fish, anything?
I'll have you know that tofu has 20 grams of protein per cup.
That's a technicality. Apologies, Mr. Mitchell. I'm sure it's delicious.
They all eat in silence for a bit. Tina looks like she is resisting the urge to puke. Vera has a similar reaction, but hides it better.
Great, Dad.
Thank you, Vera.
Tina is annoyed and puts her fork down. Done pretending to be polite. Vera looks at her. A silent plea, but she does not budge. She then looks to her father, then back to Tina, obviously conflicted.
If you haven't caught on already, Vera and I have begun a new vegan lifestyle.
I had a hamburger with me yesterday for lunch.
That was a veggie burger, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, ladies, how's school?
Well,
Amazing, Dad. Passing all my classes.
It's polite that you're being modest around your friend.
Okay, straight A's.
Even in trigonometry? I was terrible at trigonometry.
well, it looks like we have something in common for a change. Trig sucks.
Really? Valentina? Well, it's all about applying yourself.
So I don't apply myself?
Well, I didn't say that exactly.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you said.
Go put the dishes away. Who's done?
Ross and Tina shut up, surprised at Vera's sudden outburst, but each shoving their plates away. Vera exits. Tina sticks her middle finger at Ross under the table so only the audience is aware.
How's work, Dad?
Oh, work. I'm so close to their promotion, I can taste it.
Hope it doesn't taste like you're cooking.
You're free to leave.
And you're free to not have a stick up your ass, but here we are.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You treat your teenage daughter like she's 5 years old. It's not her fault you can't let go.
This family is none of your business. I suggest you leave.
No, I'm staying here for your daughter.
Vera is fine.
Have you met her? She's a wreck. You're just too blind to notice.
Please stop.
Valentina is lying, right? Right?
Everything is absolutely fine.
See?
Actually, I need to go to the
Pointing to the door.
Outside?
yes, that outside to take a walk. Just a second. I'll be back in a second.
Vera gets up and walks out the door.
If that's what fine looks like to you, you are seriously messed up.
Tina runs after Vera, exiting through the door without closing it. She becomes outside of audience view where we hear a blaring car horn followed by a scream.
No, Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Mitchell!
We see Ross begin to rush out the door before a blackout. Scene 4. The scene should be nearly identical to scene 1. Tina is going through some things in the living room of a small apartment. There is a bookshelf filled with old books, photographs, a laptop, some jewelry belonging to Vera, and other trinkets. Tina picks up a book and inspects it before putting it down, followed by a photograph framed, followed by a necklace. She is upset. You can tell that she hasn't gotten much sleep.
Valentina? I didn't know you were coming.
It's Tina now, actually.
Tina? Okay, sure.
I didn't know you were going to be home. Vera mentioned you had the night shift for most of this month.
Well, I'm home now.
Well, I can see myself out, Mr. Mitchell.
Don't be ridiculous, Tina. You're practically a part of this family. And call me Ross.
Thank you.
Are you hungry?
Actually,
Of course you aren't. That was a stupid question.
Ross puts his things down and sits at the table, grabbing the laptop and opening it, beginning to work. After a beat, Tina sits with him and takes a candy from a dish on the table.
So, what's with the name change?
what?
Valentina to Tina?
Well, I didn't change it really. It's just shorter.
Of course. But why?
It's actually what a lot of people have been calling me for years, so.
Sure.
What? Do you not approve?
I was just wondering. I always wonder what draws people to make decisions.
What about you then?
What?
Why go from Mr. Mitchell to Ross?
Oh, well, you're here so much, and you're Vera's best friend, whether I like it or not.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm waiting.
Okay, I didn't want to say this. You are a bad influence.
Seriously?
You are a party girl. You're impulsive.
Impulsive.
You don't think about consequences.
You know, this isn't gonna work. You're not gonna blame this on me.
I just wanted to say that.
Not my fault she's...
Tina,
If I could have stopped her, I would have.
why didn't you?
Ask yourself the same question. We're both in this house. We both loved her. Why didn't either of us do anything to stop her from running out that door? How were we supposed to know? I get it, you're grieving, but if you try and blame all of this on me, you're kidding yourself.
She gathers her things.
I'm not stupid. I know I'm not wanted. I'll see you.
Tina goes to exit and touches the door handle.
Wait. There's a few things upstairs. She might have wanted you to have them. I would rather you get them than have it go to storage or recycling, God forbid.
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
Ross exits upstairs. Scene 5. Ross exits to upstairs while Tina stands and walks around. They each pick up a box labeled Vera at the same time and move it stage right. Ross to Vera's bed, Tina to the dining room table. They take out items, examining them, and put them on the table, perfectly in sync. When Ross produces a ballet slipper and Tina produces a pair of headphones, Vera enters in a green dress and ballet shoes, and she begins to dance to classical, entering from her own room upstairs, but adjusts to hip-hop as she makes her way to Tina, before regretfully transitioning to classical and exiting through the front door. Ross goes downstairs with his things. Scene 6.
This is all I have for the moment.
And I have this. Don't you think this is like at least a little bit twisted?
What?
This. We're trading a dead girl's things.
That dead girl was my daughter.
She was my best friend.
You didn't raise her.
You didn't know her. I'm sorry. That was out of line.
Do you actually believe that? Fully?
Well, it's not entirely untrue. I think you kind of try to train yourself into thinking that if you did everything perfectly, everything would be perfect.
Did anyone ever tell you not to psychoanalyze people?
Your daughter thought the same thing. She was just too polite to say it.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I guess it was. Was she out to you? Just curious.
What?
Oh, wow. Yeah, she was bisexual.
Okay. I guess I'm not surprised. She never really talked about anyone in that way to me, so I guess it was just a sort of non-issue.
Well, that makes sense. She was always pretty reserved about that stuff.
Was it a problem for her? Was it something that she had to struggle with?
It only ever really came up when we talked about crushes or whatever, so I wouldn't think so.
Good. Do you think she knew what she was doing when she...
Please, any question but that.
You've thought about it?
I haven't slept in 4 days. I've replayed that night about 300 times.
What a coincidence. So have I.
She was messed up, Ross.
Is that your answer?
No, I mean, she was definitely being a different person over the past few weeks, but I don't think they cared because I thought she was changing for the better. They tell us in class she had all the signs. I should have talked to someone and said something.
They taught you science?
Yeah. Once a semester in health class, we do these seminars. I always overlooked them. They were so fucking cheesy. They were like, if you see someone sitting alone in class, sit with them. If you see someone questioning their self-worth, reassure them. I thought it was so fake. I always thought if this were actually happening, I wouldn't need a how-to guide written by some idiot with a PhD to figure it out.
I understand.
You do?
Smart people can be pretty stupid sometimes.
I mean, on the other hand, the guy behind the wheel was drunk. How do we know if she wasn't just trying to cross the street, right? Just an accident. A terrible accident.
She had such a future ahead of her.
Which is why she wouldn't give that up, right?
Possibly.
Any news on him?
The driver?
Yeah.
Well, there are no cameras on the street. It was an empty road. They have no reason to believe it was suicide.
They didn't know her.
Exactly. So...
Vehicular manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, second-degree murder. I watch a lot of crime shows.
Impressive.
Maybe not as valuable as trigonometry, but at least it's actually entertaining.
Speaking of which, how's school? Do the teachers even care at this point? I mean, you were her best friend. I'm sure they...
Yeah, actually. Everyone's been getting a free pass lately. It's insane. People she barely said 2 words to her whole life are sobbing at the tragedy.
Oh.
I can't tell if they actually care or if it's just some sort of attention grab.
Well, to some extent, I think they have the right.
The right?
To grieve.
Everyone's just so surprised.
I'm sure.
Like, out of all of us, she seemed like the least likely to want to... Even if it was a freak accident, she had everything so together. I guess it just looked like she did. But I should have known, right? We spent every second of every day together. I knew her coffee order, every song on her phone. Not that she was struggling this much.
No one did.
And that's only if she... We don't know that she...
Right. Of course.
Can I go sit in her room?
Feel free.
Tina walks up to Vera's room. Ross makes his way to the kitchen and begins to make 2 hot chocolates with marshmallows. Scene 7. Ross takes the 2 drinks upstairs, but Tina, crying, speaks as soon as she hears his footsteps nearing the bedroom door.
I don't want to talk right now, please.
I have hot chocolate.
Thank you.
We can just sit here until you're ready.
They sit together for a long beat, each takes sips of their own hot chocolate and looking out.
This is really great.
Yeah, thank you. It's kind of my specialty.
He points to a spot on the wall.
That was from our first trip to Disneyland.
The woman, that's her.
Mom, yes.
She looks like her.
You never met her?
Once or twice in passing, probably, but she was always out.
Out in business. That's what she always did.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
What?
There was someone else?
There was another family.
Jesus.
She didn't really leave us until,
2 years ago?
yeah. So Vera told you?
I picked up a little about it. She didn't really like talking about it, but it makes sense how she,
What?
never mind. Did she come for the funeral, her mom? I wasn't really paying much attention to.
She came, but she didn't really say any more than that she had to.
Makes sense.
She hates me. Well, she already did, obviously, but now she does even more. She thinks it's my fault. I know her opinion should matter the least, but
Yeah. I know the feeling.
you have a home here. Anytime you need it, it's your home. Please know that. After all I put you through,
Not your fault.
you deserve something, okay?
You gave me her stuff.
I don't know. Emotional compensation?
I don't need to be compensated for. She made me a better person. I don't know if I'll ever find that again.
You will. Vera was one of a kind. That's undeniable. But you'll find that quality in other people you grow close to. You have a family, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Well, it's me, my parents, my older brother, and younger sister.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. A lot different from what you had here.
That's for sure. I would like to try it one time, though. A full house.
Well, it's not full all the time. My parents both work late on Tuesdays, so my brother pretty much takes care of us. We order Chinese food most of the time.
And you guys are okay?
Yeah, it's nice. And then sometimes after we buy a movie, and my brother and I make a crazy amount of popcorn.
Just the two of you?
And my younger sister.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, those are the best nights. I know it's not vegan or whatever, but
Dear God, no. I hated that.
why'd you do it?
I wanted us to be perfect. It was the latest trend and all. I didn't want her to have anything to be upset about.
Well, that.
What?
I was gonna say that didn't work.
Yes, it didn't work.
I don't think anything would have.
Explain?
There's just so much you can do, so much you can't.
But it's not like this was just time, was it? It had to have been a chain of events.
And we can control events.
Exactly.
I think maybe I try to change her too much.
You weren't the only reason she walked out that door.
How do you know?
I was putting too much pressure on her. I had good intentions, but
So did she.
what?
She told me. She told me that she wanted to take care of you after her mom left.
See? See, then, it's not your fault. This was never your fault, Tina.
Thank you. I'll go wash these.
She gives a light smile to Ross before taking his empty mug, as well as her own, and bringing it back downstairs to the sink. Ross watches her go and is about to follow her before putting his weight back on the bed and letting her go. Scene 8. Tina begins to wash the 2 cups. The phone rings and Ross goes downstairs.
The phone's ringing.
Ross makes his way to the dining room table on his way to pick up the phone. The ringing is overpowered by the sound of ocean waves. The stage is washed in the blue light and a beach is projected onto the set. While Ross takes in the space, Tina sees nothing. After a beat, a younger Vera, aged 7 to 9, enters. Throughout this interaction, Tina finishes the cups and makes her way to sit at the dining room table, noticing Ross's disconnect.
Dad, look what I got.
That is amazing, sweetie.
Did you see my sandcastle?
I did. It's a masterpiece.
I mean, it's not my best work.
I think it's fantastic. You should become an architect.
What's that? Like a designer?
Yep. For houses and buildings.
Cool.
You are so smart.
I know. I'm kidding.
Ross picks up Vera and puts her on his shoulders.
Whoa!
Cool, right? You can see the whole ocean from up here.
Where does it end?
I don't know. Aren't you supposed to be the smart one? Where?
Over there, right next to our bag and the beach chairs and the snacks and oh man,
What?
the waves just crushed my sandcastle.
Oh. Well, do you know what that means, little architect?
That my life's work has been destroyed.
No.
He takes her off his shoulders and places her standing on the table.
It means that we need to build another one. Together.
Woohoo!
I take it you're excited.
You bet.
Well, then so am I. How big is it going to be?
I don't know. It has to have 3 bedrooms. One for you and Mom, one for me, and one for my friends if they want to come. And one for Grandma and Grandpa if they want to come. And a kitchen so I can cook all the mac and cheese that I want.
No way.
Why not?
Because you are not going to use the stove in the sandcastle without an adult.
Dad.
I will be your chef and make the little princess all the mac and cheese she could ever eat.
You have to wear a chef's hat.
Deal?
And since it's a sandcastle, I actually want to be like a princess mermaid. Cool?
The coolest.
I think I should probably start working now.
Good idea, Princess Mermaid.
Come on.
She gestures for Ross to put her down, which he does.
Go straight to Mom, okay?
You're not coming with me?
In a second. Dad's got to call someone from work.
But it's the weekend.
Hey, you're going to work now too, you little sandcastle architect.
You're right.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go fill up all the water buckets.
Be careful.
As the lights begin to restore, Ross is standing in the same position as when Tina entered. The sea sounds are replaced by the original phone call.
Who's that?
What?
You've been staring at that phone this whole time. They're gonna
The phone stops ringing.
hang up. Ross, what was that?
Oh, nothing. Just lost in thought.
I've said the same thing these past few days. Talk to me. Well, who called?
Damn. A coworker?
Who's she?
How did you... A friend.
A friend?
This is completely none of your business.
I thought I was part of the family.
That doesn't mean you need to know everything about my personal life.
Where'd you meet her?
Work.
Wow. You didn't even have to try.
I didn't even want to meet anyone. She kind of just showed up a few months ago,
Sounds like a rom-com.
but I keep postponing. She was supposed to come over for dinner 2 weeks ago.
Well, at least she keeps trying to call you.
Why is it so easy for you to figure out these things?
I'm a teenage girl.
Touche.
Then again, I don't know why you're taking dating advice from an 18-year-old.
Okay, you're right.
So it is a date. I'm happy for you. I'm serious.
Thank you.
I think I might have left my phone upstairs. Can I call it?
Ross hands Tina the house phone. Scene 10. Tina walks into Vera's room and sits on her bed for just a moment, reminiscing. She uses the phone to dial her number and hears a ringing from under the bed. She ducks under the bed to grab it, though she's distracted by another item there instead. Tina stands up, producing a small knife with dried bloodstains.
No. No.
Vera enters from the window.
You didn't do this. You never...
Can't tell him.
What?
My dad. I am so sorry. Please, I can't keep hurting him.
But
You have to.
Tina looks at the knife, then back at the girl in front of her, unable to believe that the two had a connection.
you're not real.
Dad is. Please.
Tina thinks, then shakes her head yes a few times before watching Vera walk out the window.
Wait.
Vera's gone. Tina screams. Ross begins to make his way up the stairs, but Tina has already heard him and, in a panic, puts the knife blade down in her back pocket. She runs downstairs and bumps into Ross.
Are you all right?
Fine. Why?
You screamed.
I'm in a hard place right now, and being here, it's worse. Okay? It's much worse. I think I need to go home.
Are you sure?
Positive. It's just not... I just... She...
I understand, but
I'm sorry.
please, I don't want you going out like that.
What?
You're shaking. Please.
I'm fine. Please, I need to go.
At least take your things. Or if you're not okay, I can drop it off. I can drive you home.
No. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome here, Valentina.
You were a good dad, Mr. Mitchell. Still are.
Thank you.
There has to be life after this, right? There just has to be.
She goes to exit, then turns around.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes?
Never mind.
She runs out the door. It slams shut. After a beat, Vera walks in from where Tina left. She leaves the door open. We hear the phone begin to ring from where Ross left it on the chair, but Ross becomes distracted by the box of things Tina left for him. Vera reaches the box and looks through it as well. The two reach for the same item, simultaneously touching hands, and they lock eyes. We hear that a woman has answered the phone, but Ross is ignoring her. The light goes to a complete blackout, and when lights restore, Ross is in the exact same position, but Vera is gone. Ross screams in agony and collapses. Tina crosses in, writing in a notebook. Ross is still seen breaking down.
Things I wish someone would have told me. The one who you look at and seem to think nothing of. The one who seems to float, immune to it all. She shuts herself behind closed doors so that you'll never see the real girl. The girl with hair that falls in all the wrong places and a mouth that says all the wrong things. She's worth fighting for. Because her true form is as rare as a heart untouched, but shines as brightly as a million suns. Few will ever get to meet her, and those who have will always see her face in their dreams and in their nightmares.
Tina collapses into a position mirroring Ross. They do not see each other. Blackout. End of play.